Rogue Sun, issue number 4 from Image Comics. So yeah, this is a series I really want to enjoy, but I'm struggling to. I mean, this is a tokusatsu where he fights demons. That's awesome. Like, that's right up my alley. But there's no likable characters in this series whatsoever. And in fact, this issue even makes it even worse. So, right now we have our main character Dylan, and he's trying to learn to become the Rogue Sun, the spirit of his dead dad, who abandoned him and his mom when he was 2 years old, and started a family with someone else, is stuck in a suit and kind of trying to teach him. In the last issue, basically he rather than killing the demons that he fights, he locks them up in this like jewelry prison that this witch has. And at the end of the last issue, it turns out that Dylan's half-sister broke one of the demons free on purpose and set her off to go after Dylan. So we start off this issue with the demon going through the cemetery, trying to look for a specific type of soul. And she wakes up this guy named Benjamin. And then she kind of sniffs at him and says, unearned privilege, looming despair, and do I detect notes of a suspicious cuckold. So then she eats his soul, and she says, thank you, Benjamin. It's been too long since I had a proper sinner. So, how is he a sinner? Unearned privilege. I'm assuming what? Is it because he's white? Is it because he was a white guy in the 20s? Is it because he grew up rich? Neither of that makes you a sinner. Looming despair, that doesn't give us anything. And being a cuckold does not make you a sinner. It does make you beta as hell, but it doesn't make you a sinner. So, yeah, I have no idea how this guy was a sinner, but apparently he was a sinner and she eats his soul. And then we have not a montage, but we have a moment of Dylan trying to learn a new technique from his dad. And it's not going well, and his dad's kind of a crappy teacher, and the mom's kind of watching this on. And then we have Dylan trying to make up to his girlfriend, I'm assuming, but then he gets called into the principal's office, and it turns out that they found out that Dylan was bullying kids to do his homework, and the person who ratted him out was actually his mom. So yeah, him and his mom have an argument. He gets a call. He goes to fight DEMONIKA. There's some moments, I'm going to skip those. But then we find out that we see Dylan's half-sister, and she's being confronted by, I forgot her name, but the woman who owns the jewelry prison, the warden, and her brother and her mom, and they basically say like, you let DEMONIKA go. DEMONIKA is the demon who's eating souls, and they don't really seem to get too much on her case. They're just like, this might be a bad idea, and yeah, the half sister basically admits that she wants the suit. She let DEMONIKA go so that she can attack Dylan. And she says she wants him to beat up Dylan to the point where she can get the suit. But the thing is that the suit doesn't work that way. The suit only transforms to the next person when you die. So basically, she freed DEMONIKA to go kill Dylan so that she can get the suit back, because the suit is the only connection she has to her dad, who she cares for but doesn't, because he kept abandoning her and the family to go fight demons and stuff. So okay, that's that. And then I'm going to actually do a spoiler. So I usually don't do spoilers, but the big bad that killed Dylan's father is Dylan's mom. So now the one character that was somewhat likable, because like she was kind of just put in this terrible situation, well, she ends up quote unquote betraying Dylan by snitching to him and getting him detention and almost expelled from school. And now it turns out she's the one that killed her dad, who killed his dad. So it's like there's no likable characters here whatsoever. The only one that's kind of redeeming himself is the little half-brother, who started off as an annoying little twat, but after the last issue, he seems to be more okay with Dylan. And he's the only one that actually kind of stands up to his sister, like, what the hell are you doing, freeing a demon and having them go after Dylan. Though, to be honest, his thing is more like he thinks that she's the one that killed their father. But no, it was actually Dylan's mom who killed their father. So yeah, everyone here sucks. There are no likable characters. Dylan is a annoying bully who doesn't seem to take anything seriously and just kind of emo rages whenever his dad's around. The mom is now a murderer who actually ends up snitching on her kid to the school and getting him in trouble and almost expelled. The half sister frees a demon that's going around eating the souls of people and trying to kill Dylan so she can get the suits. The mom, the stepmom, or not even a stepmom, but basically the half sister's mom is just there. She doesn't really do anything, and she doesn't really reprimand her daughter from freeing a demon that's going around terrorizing and hurting people and injuring them and eating their souls. The little brother is okay. I mean, he started off terrible, and he redeemed himself just a tiny little bit, but he's still not like an interesting or likable character. And then you have the prison warden, who's just an absolute bitch. You can find out why in the previous issue. And then, of course, you have the dad, Marcus, who's now like a soul trying to train his son. But he's constantly berating his son. He's not really helpful when it comes to teaching. He's also the guy who abandoned his son and his mom to live a life of poverty while he went and married a rich family. And then he kind of didn't necessarily officially abandon that family, but he kind of left them alone a lot so he can go fight crime, and he didn't really spend any time with them. So he's kind of a douchebag of a dad. So there's no likable characters here. And before anyone says, oh, character arcs, they got to transform into better character. Usually you want to have a good character. And usually you want to show a character in a good light. I've said this before, but if your character is a alcoholic or a drug abuser, you want to show him not as an alcoholic or a drug abuser from the get-go. You want to show him do something nice. I forgot what movie it was, but the example my school used when I was going to university, the teacher used was, it's a movie with Tom Cruise. I want to say it's Minority Report, but I'm not positive, where he's a drug addict. But in the very beginning, we don't see him taking drugs. We see him walking around saying hello to all his colleagues and joking around with them and showing how much of a nice guy he is. And then we show his negatives. That's usually what you want to do, because first impressions are a thing when it comes to the audience. So you always want to show your character with a good first impression before you show all the negativity and faults that they have. There's none here. There are no good impressions here. Everyone's just unlikable. And that's another thing. When you have everyone is unlikable, it's very, very hard to enjoy the series. Like there has to be at least one person that we can attach ourselves to, and there isn't. You would think Dylan would be, but there's nothing likable about Dylan. The one thing that was slightly likable about him was the fact that he wanted to become a superhero so that he could somehow make money and help his mom get out of poverty. Like he basically wanted to have a better life for him and his mom. And it's like, okay, I can understand that. But that's never brought up again. It's only briefly mentioned in the first issue and then never mentioned again. So it's just kind of like, okay, I guess that whole thing got dropped. Or at least like you should focus on that a little bit more. But yeah, again, this is a series with so much promise. I really want to like it. I really do. Like I love tokusatsus. I love stories where people fight demons and supernatural enemies and stuff like that. And this is both. This is a tokusatsu hero, a tokusatsu-inspired hero who goes around fighting demons. So it's right up my alley. And the art's not terrible either. It's fine. So it's like, I want to enjoy this, but I can't because there's no good characters here. Everyone's unlikable. And the one character that was slightly unlikable, like that was slightly likable, the mom, not the stepmom, but the biological mom of Dylan. She was the one character who was okay because she didn't have any, she just wanted a good life for her son and she was worried about him and stuff like that. She's doing what she can to help him. And now it turns out that she's a murderer who basically is not really helping her son. Like she could have talked to him rather than snitching on him to the school and getting him in trouble. So now it's going to go on his record that he was bullying students to do his homework and stuff, and he could get expelled and things. So it's like, you're not making things easier on your son. You should have just talked to him and say, hey, I know what you're doing. Knock it off, otherwise I am going to have to go to the school. And then that's not even to mention the fact that she killed his dad, who I know he doesn't care for his dad, but still. So yeah, there's no characters here that are good. Everyone is terrible. Everyone sucks. So it's very, very hard to enjoy this series. I'll keep going though, But yeah, I'm not really like looking forward to this series at all. Like it's just when it pops up, it pops up. But other than that, it's not like Radiant Black where like I look forward to when they come. Even when Radiant Black has his off moment, it's still Radiant Black has its issues, but it's still got stuff there that's good enough to keep me interested. This is just a great premise that's just not being executed well. But there you go. Rogue Sun, issue number 4. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think. I'd like to hear your thoughts if you're enjoying this series or not. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see. And I hope to see you guys next time. Later.